Yo, dog. Heard you like stories inside of stories inside of stories and all interconnected and shit. Yeah, if you come with me around the corner, I got something for you. You ain't the cop, right? Okay, so, the Saragossa Manuscript. It's like this Polish movie from 1965, based upon like a Polish novel. Like, I don't know too much Polish, but like I think it's called, in the original it's called Rękopis znaleziony w Saragossie. Probably. I can't vouch for that. I don't know if it's actually pronounced that way. But what I can vouch for is that this movie is really entertaining. It clocks in at 3 hours and tells the tale of of two army generals during the Napoleonic Wars, and they have an encounter in an old abandoned house, which is abandoned because the war is going on. And in this house they find the so-called Saragossa, the Saragossa manuscript, which they start reading. Turns out, the manuscript tells the tale of one of the two generals' ancestors, who during the Spanish Inquisition tried to get to Madrid. And from here on out, the rabbit hole deepens. Because this movie is stories buried within stories, buried within stories, and those stories are interconnected. And the way that they're told varies a bit. Obviously, the initial first step down the proverbial ladder into the depth of the overall net of stories, the spiderweb, one could say, of stories. The first step is taken once the characters start reading the Saragossa manuscript. From there on out, you got people just straight up telling stories, obviously. And with those stories, you see certain characters that will then have a will reoccur in someone else's story, and some of their deeds and some of the things that they experience are being basically revealed to us as to what exactly or why they happened later on. Once again, it kind of comes as a little surprise to those who've watched my last review, which was One Cut of the Dead, that I kind of thought of this movie as my next review, because it is also a movie that really, really rewards the viewer for watching it twice. The Saragossa manuscript, as I previously stated, also clocks in at 3 hours, and it can be a bit intimidating. And the first 10 minutes kind of drag, sort of. It's not that long, it's not that much you have to, endure up until the moment where things really start. And it also borrows some horror aspects, but it mostly basks in this very mysterious aura. And I do like that. I like the mystery that surrounds most of the story. Although there's a kind of, in my opinion, a bit bullshit revelation at the end of the movie as to what exactly is going on. But I'm not gonna spoil anything with this movie. Honestly, this review is basically already done. You heard the basics, and I'm gonna slight spoil concepts, not who's experiencing them, why they're happening. All of that shit is not important. More the concepts that you will encounter, such as potentially witches, potentially curses, and potentially rooms that may or may not exist, and potentially voices from the afterlife. Probably not, though. Those voices could also be from somewhere else. But you won't be able to know where those voices came from, what the ever-loving shit I'm talking about, unless you, dear viewer, get up your ass, or kind of keep sitting down, I guess, if you're watching this on a laptop or on a normal computer, and watch the Saragossa manuscript, or as it is known in Poland, Rękopis znaleziony w Saragossie. Word